Hi everyone, and welcome to your third class in this foundational yoga series. We will start in a seat, just like we've been doing for our alternate nostril breathing. If you're comfortable, close your eyes. And take a calm breath in. And just relax your shoulders, relax your body as you breathe out. Inhale just through the left nostril. And exhale just through the right. Inhale through the right. And exhale through the left. Inhale left, slow the breath down. Exhale right, all of your attention with your breath. Inhale right. Exhale left. One more full round on your own. Your face stays wide and soft. And then when you're finished, you can blink your eyes open. And today we'll start standing at the top of your mat. Progressing on to Sun Salutation B for today. Take a breath in together. And just settle yourself as you breathe out. Reach your arms all the way up as you breathe in. And bend your knees, sit your hips down for chair pose as you breathe out. If it's too much to have the arms up overhead here, you can always bring the hands down to prayer. This is fine. And then from here, the toes might be together and the heels just slightly apart, or if it's more comfortable, you might have the feet hip width apart. You bend your knees just to your capacity, and then lift your navel towards your spine. See if you can drop your tail back behind you a little so you're not in a big back bend, and then maybe drop the hips down a little bit further. Utthita, chair pose. Take a breath in together. And a calm breath out. And take one more inhale here, and then fold over your legs. You can keep the knees soft. Let the chest rest on the thighs and fold. Take a halfway lift. Bring your hands onto your shins, shoulders back, heart forward. Plant the hands and step it back to plank pose as you breathe out. Heels back, crown forward, breathe in. Lower your knees and lower slowly forward and down to the mat. Drawing the tummy in, keeping the neck nice and long. Cobra pose, press the feet down, curl the heart forward and up. Let's roll over the knees and take the hips up and back for downward facing dog. Take a breath in together. And a calm breath out. Remember, the heels might be lifted here. The knees might be very bent. And we're focusing on this nice long space of the spine. From here, very nice and slowly, I'd like you to stretch your right leg up towards the sky. This is three-legged downward facing dog. When you bring that right leg up, I'd like you to flex the foot, work to straighten the lifted leg, and see if you can keep the pelvis square here. So if I take a look back at my right foot, I notice my right pinky toes are pointing down towards the ground. That leg is not turning out to the side. Pinky toes are pointing down, and I'm lifting the leg higher from the inner thigh. And take one more breath in here. Then draw your right knee in towards your nose and step your right foot behind the right hand. And if that foot doesn't get all the way up, maybe it lands here, you can just take your right hand around the ankle and help it step the foot a little further up. That is fine. We'll set the feet for warrior one. I'd like you to bring the back heel down to the ground and angle that left foot just a little bit out to the left. Check that your feet are hip width apart, no wider, no narrower. The right foot is pointing forward and you take a nice bend through the right knee. Then hug the legs together and reach your arms all the way up, bringing the body to upright. Now here, if the shape feels really uncomfortable, I just want you to make it a little bit shorter. In our bodies, often the psoas, the front of the left hip here, it's what we're stretching, that might be really tight, in which case a longer stance is going to feel really impossible. So just shorten the stance as much as you need, and then see if you can lunge so the front knee is directly over the front heel. Reach the arms up, relax the shoulders. This is a warrior shape, so you're meant to cultivate here a little bit of fierceness, a little bit of determination, a feeling of strength. Take one more breath in. Bring two hands down to the ground, lift the back heel up, and step it back, downward facing dog. Heels can be lifted, knees can be bent, spine and arms are nice and long. All right, slide your left leg up towards the sky. As the leg lifts, you can straighten it, flex the foot, and then just take a look at that left foot and check that the pinky toe is pointing straight down to the mat. So the leg is not turning out to the side, toes are pointing down, and you lift the leg from the inner thigh. So if the inner thigh and the outer thigh were having a race to the ceiling, it's like the inner thigh would be winning. Take a breath. Draw your knee in towards your nose and then step the left foot as far forward as you can get it. I'm going to land just behind my left hand. Use that little helping hand if you need it. Set the feet for warrior one. Back heel comes down to the ground and I take a nice angle at that back foot. I lunge through the left knee. I check that my feet are just about hip width apart. And then I reach the arms all the way up. And I bring my torso to upright. So in this shape, I want my pelvis to pretty much be pointing forward rather than out to the side. And to help me achieve that, one, I might shorten my stance. Two, I might point my back foot a little bit further forward. Sometimes if it's pointing too much out to the side, I won't be able to bring my right hip forward. So I take a nice big turn of the foot forward, and that helps me bring my pelvis forward. I'm working to straighten the back leg, to bend through the front knee, and to lift my right inner thigh back and up towards the ceiling. And take one more breath in here. And two hands come down, and you'll step it back, downward facing dog. Remember to lift the heels, bend the knees, get long through the spine. Take a breath in, and a calm breath out. Lift your heels as you breathe in. Bend your knees, look forward, and step or walk to the top of your mat. Take a halfway lift. Knees are bent, heart reaches forward. And fold forward as you exhale. Keep the knees bent. Chair pose, bend the knees even more. Reach the arms all the way up. And then press through the legs. Come on up to stand. Arms come down by your side. Round two, reach the arms up. Inhale. Bend your knees, remembering that the toes might be together or the feet might be hip width apart, just whichever one feels good in your body. You can keep the arms up or you can bring the hands to prayer. Try to find a neutral spine here, so I'm not in a big back bend and I'm not tucking my bum all the way under and rounding. I'm looking for some kind of neutrality. So there's a little curve in my low back, there's a little curve in my upper back, but really looking for neutral spine, same as it would be if you were standing up. Take one more breath in and then fold over your legs. Keep the knees soft as you breathe out. Halfway lift, hands to shins, shoulders back. And step it back to plank pose as you exhale. Heels back, crown of head forward, lower the knees, and then lower the body all the way down to the mat. Cobra pose. So for cobra, you keep the hands on the ground, you draw them back, draw the heart forward and through to downward facing dog. As you exhale, knees soft, heels nice and high. And slide your right leg up towards the sky as you breathe in. Pause. Remember the right leg is straight, the pinky toe is pointing down, and the inner thigh is winning the race to the ceiling. Draw the right knee in towards your nose and slowly step the right foot behind the right hand. Set the feet for warrior one, hip width apart with the feet. Nice big angle of the back foot. Bend the right knee and reach your arms all the way up. So a few things for the legs here. Back leg is working towards straight. The inner thigh is moving back and up behind you. And then the tendency here might be to be in a big back bend. For me, I'm always working against that. So my low front ribs, they pull backwards. My pelvic floor lifts and my tail drops down. If the shape feels too intense, just make your feet a little closer together so the stance is shorter. Take one more breath in here. And 2 hands come down and step it back, downward facing dog. As you exhale, heels lifted, knees bent. Slowly slide your left leg up towards the sky. So all the transitions, very slow and mindful. Pause. Make sure the foot is flexed, the pinky toes are pointing down. The inner thigh is lifting up. Knee comes in towards the nose. Press the ground away and step the foot behind the left hand. Set the feet for warrior one. Back heel comes down. Big angle of the back foot. Bend the left knee. Reach the arms all the way up. Warrior one. This shape, one of the hardest shapes in the yoga practice, especially these days, because in most of our bodies, this front line of the hip will be really tight. So if that's you, if you're feeling, this shape just feels so difficult in my body, know that you are not alone. It's taken me a long time to be able to feel comfortable in warrior one, but it's such a helpful shape, building a bit of heat in the body, stretching out that tight line of the psoas. One more breath in. 2 hands come down, lift the back heel and step it back, downward facing dog as you exhale. Take a breath in together. Heels are up, knees bent. Chest presses back and up towards the thighs. Lift the heels higher on the inhale. Bend your knees, look forward and step up to the top of your mat. Hands to shins, halfway lift, breathe in. Fold, bend the knees and breathe out. Chair pose, bend the knees more, reach the arms all the way up. And then press through the feet, arms come down. Tādāsana, the mountain. And take a breath in. And feel the steadiness of your body as you breathe out. Okay, shift the weight to the left foot and draw the right knee in and up in front of you. Again, if you need help with the balance, you can use a wall, you can use a table, a chair, anything that is handy. Bring your hands to prayer, pause. Bring the right hand down and hold the front of the right shin, and then bring the left hand onto the left hip. Lift the belly, lift the heart. And then notice here, make the right hand super light, even hover it off the leg, and see if you can keep the leg in that same space. And then when you replace the hand, you're using the hand just a little bit, but mostly you're using your leg strength, your hip strength, your belly strength to hold the leg where it is. Start to bring the leg out towards the right and pause. It doesn't have to go super far, and I want you to keep the pelvis pointing forward even as you widen the leg. And take your gaze onto one point. The word in yoga is drishti, a single pointed gaze. And come back with the leg into the middle. Reach the left arm up towards the sky. We take it into a twist. Bring the left hand. You can hold around the outer edge of the thigh or all the way around the front of the shin. The right hand can be on the sacrum like this, or you can reach the right arm back through space. Just 2 more breaths. In and out. Let it be wobbly if it needs to be. 1 more breath in and out. Back in through the middle, reach both arms up, and then finally let the right foot land down and let the arms come down by your side. We made it. Other side, shift the weight to the right foot, reach the arms up, bring the left knee up in front, and then bring the hands down. Right hand, right hip, left hand to the front of the shin. Pause. Make the hand light and see if you can keep that leg in space. Belly lifts, spine lengthens, and then re-hold, but make sure the leg stays engaged. So I'm not just using my arm here. Bring the left leg out to the left, but not too far. Imagine you had a pair of headlights on the front of your hips, and those headlights here, they keep pointing forward. They're not swaying out towards the left. Press through the right foot, lift the belly, lift the crown. Come back in through the middle and pause. Reach your right arm up. And turn this into a twist. Hold outer edge of the thigh or around to the front of the shin. Left hand to sacrum, or the left arm reaches back. Push through the right foot, lift the crown, maybe turn the gaze. Breathe 3. Breathe 2. And 1. Through the middle, reach both arms up, and then land the left foot down by the right, and bring the arms down by your side. Reach the arms up. Breathe in. So many benefits to working balancing poses. Fold forward as you breathe out. Really great for your ankle strength, your stability in general. Halfway lift, hands to shins. And step the right foot back for a nice big lunge and pause. Lower the back knee down and pause. You can stay here, just lifting the belly, lifting the heart. Otherwise, if it feels all right, leave the right fingertips down, reach around with the left hand, and pick up the back foot. It can look like anything here. You're just looking for a feeling of lengthening of space through the front of the right thigh. Those are your quadriceps, and maybe even through the front of the right hip. Take a slow breath in and a calm breath out. 1 more inhale here, and then release the right foot. Straighten the left leg and fold, lifting the left toes up towards the sky. I'm on the heel of that left foot. This is Ardha Hanumanasana, or half splits. You might keep that left knee quite bent, that's fine. You might keep the heart quite high, or you might fold in a little bit deeper. And take another breath in, and a steady breath out. Re-bend the left knee, tuck the back toes, lift the back knee up, and then step forward and fold forward. Knees soft as you exhale. And take a halfway lift. Again, hands to shins. And step your left foot back for a nice big lunge. Lower the back knee down to the ground. Lift the belly, lift the heart. And for a lot of us, this might be enough, especially if you have any knee issues. You can just stay here and breathe. Otherwise, left fingertips down, reach the right hand back, and take a hold of the foot. Heel draws in towards your bum. Breathe for 3. Breathe for 2. And 1, gently release. Ardha Hanumanasana, straighten the right leg and fold. Pause here. Right knee might be bent. The toes are active. 1 more breath in. And calm and breath out. Okay, re-bend the right knee. Then just step the right foot back to all fours. Let the hips come back. Take the hips to one side, bring the legs forward, and lie yourself down to take rest. As you take rest, make sure you are nice and comfortable. Move yourself around until you feel comfortable enough that you can settle into stillness. I'd like you to stay down and rest for as long as you need today. Thank you so much for joining me for your 3rd class. We are doing so well on our foundational journey, and I'll see you for next practice.